Welcome in, everyone. Today we're doing a deep dive into the world of morning affirmations. I think a lot of us are always looking for ways to just feel a bit more grounded, you know,
Yeah.
especially as we navigate this new chapter in our lives.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially when you're in that quiet space, in your cozy home, life's been good, it's been fulfilling, but
But something's missing.
something's missing, right? And I think it's completely natural to feel maybe a little empty or anxious about the future when you're at this stage.
Just start thinking about, okay, what's next? What's next for me?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where morning affirmations can really come in. They're not just these, feel-good phrases. They can be real tools to kind of gently shift your mindset.
I like that gentle shift.
Yeah, invite a little more positivity into your life.
So we're going to be exploring this today with someone named Susan Williams. Have you heard of her?
Oh, of course. Yeah, Susan Williams and her blog, Time for Tranquility.
Yes, Time for Tranquility. It's wonderful. And her story is so inspiring.
Oh, she's fantastic.
I mean, after going through some challenges, she really took the pandemic as an opportunity
Yeah,
to go on this incredible journey.
I know. A 2-year exploration of Asia, just immersing herself in ancient wisdom and all sorts of personal growth practices.
Soaking it all up. And what I love about Susan's story is that it resonates with so many women.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, particularly women who, like many of our listeners, are at this point where they're ready for that deeper self-discovery.
Yeah.
So her blog really acts as a guide for that. And today we're going to be diving into a section that's dedicated to morning affirmations, specifically designed for women.
I love that.
Now, I think we can all agree that mornings have a special kind of magic to them, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. It's a fresh start. It's quiet. There's just so much possibility.
The world's waking up. Our little towns, in the Midwest, they're waking up. The sun's coming up. It's a beautiful time.
Yeah. And Susan believes that harnessing that energy is really key.
It sets the tone for the rest of the day.
Imagine starting your day not with worries, but with these intentional words of affirmation.
Just think about that. Your town's waking up, and you're starting with those positive words.
Setting the tone for a more peaceful, a more purposeful experience.
Okay, so how does this work? How do morning affirmations actually work?
That's the question, right?
Susan talks about how they clear the mind, how they invite intention, and how they foster gratitude.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Of course. When you repeat these affirmations, you're really engaging in this positive self-talk.
Mm-hmm.
You're consciously choosing to focus on what you want to bring in more of in your life. Peace, joy, strength, whatever it is that resonates with you.
Choosing it.
And this repeated focus can actually rewire your brain over time.
Oh, really?
It's amazing.
How does that work?
Well, it's thanks to something called neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity.
It sounds complicated, but it's quite simple.
Okay.
It just means our brains are constantly changing. Yeah, adapting based on our experiences and our thoughts. So by consistently feeding your mind these positive affirmations, you're essentially training it to focus on the good, creating this more optimistic outlook.
So it's almost like planting seeds.
Exactly.
Seeds of positivity.
Yes, and those seeds grow stronger with each repetition.
I like that, planting those seeds. Now, Susan also gives some really practical advice on how to actually make this part of your routine,
Right, because how do you actually bring this into your morning?
or how you do this.
And I love how she emphasizes starting slowly,
Mm-hmm.
intentionally. Instead of rushing into the day, maybe you savor that first cup of coffee while repeating a few affirmations.
Just sit there and
Yeah, exactly. Or incorporate them into your stretching or your meditation practice if you have one. It's about finding what feels natural for you.
what feels right.
Exactly.
He even says just start with 2 or 3
Yeah, 2 or 3 that really speak to you.
that resonate.
Yeah, and focus on those for a week or so before adding more.
Don't overwhelm yourself.
Yeah, it's about making it sustainable.
Yeah.
Something you can really weave into your life without feeling overwhelmed.
It's about fitting it in, right? Making it part of your life.
And remember, it's not about denying any challenges that you might be facing. It's about approaching those challenges with a more grounded and positive mindset.
And that's what these affirmations can help us do.
Exactly.
So should we dive into some of Susan's sample affirmations?
Yeah, let's hear them.
I'm really curious to hear your take on them,
Absolutely.
particularly how they might resonate with women who are in their 60s and beyond, maybe feeling a little lost or uncertain about what comes next.
Yeah, that's a time of big transition for a lot of people.
It is.
So let's start with the first one. Today, I choose peace, joy, and kindness.
Today I choose peace, joy, and kindness.
Now, this might seem simple,
Yeah.
but it's so powerful, especially when you think about all the transitions that women face later in life.
Yeah. It reminds me of what Susan wrote in her blog about how after her children moved out, she felt so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And she said repeating this affirmation helped her shift her focus from what she had lost to what she could create
It's beautiful, isn't it?
in this new phase of life.
It's about reclaiming that sense of agency. Even when life feels uncertain, you always have the choice to cultivate peace, joy, and kindness within yourself and in how you interact with the world.
It's a good reminder that it is a choice.
Yes, it is.
And I think that sense of choice can be really empowering
Oh, absolutely.
for women who are used to, taking care of others,
Yeah, putting their needs on hold.
putting their needs last.
Yeah,
This is a reminder that you matter too.
absolutely. Now let's move on to the next one. I rise with gratitude for the gift of another day.
I love that one.
It's so simple, but it's so profound.
It is.
It's easy to take the simple things for granted as we get older, but this affirmation really invites us to appreciate each new day.
Like it's a precious opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
I can picture waking up in my bedroom, sunlight streaming in,
Yeah,
taking that deep breath,
feeling the warmth.
and just feeling that gratitude
Yeah.
for just being alive.
For having another day to experience all that life has to offer.
All that my little town has to offer.
Exactly. It's about finding that joy in the ordinary, in the familiar. And research actually shows that gratitude can have a profound impact on our well-being. It reduces stress, boosts happiness, and even improves our relationships.
That's amazing. Okay, so let's move on to another one. Susan suggests, I greet this day with curiosity and an open heart.
Ooh, I love this one.
I greet this day with curiosity and an open heart.
It's so inviting, isn't it? And I think this is particularly relevant for women who might be feeling a bit stuck, like they've seen it all.
Yeah,
Especially in a smaller town. It can feel that way sometimes.
been there, done that.
This affirmation is an invitation to rediscover the world, with that sense of childlike wonder.
Like you're seeing it for the first time.
Exactly.
You know what? It reminds me of something Susan wrote about her time in Kyoto, Japan.
Oh, beautiful.
She was walking through this ancient bamboo forest,
Wow.
and she just felt this surge of curiosity, like she was seeing the world for the very first time.
Oh, I love that.
And she realized it wasn't tied to a place, but a state of mind.
It's a beautiful point.
It is.
And it connects to the idea of lifelong learning, which is so important for maintaining cognitive vitality and emotional well-being as we age.
Absolutely. It's about being open to new things, new experiences, even if it's just exploring a different part of town or taking a different route on your morning walk.
Exactly. Little things can make a big difference.
And speaking of well-being, the next affirmation is, my body, mind, and spirit are aligned, and I move through the day with ease.
My body, mind, and spirit are aligned, and I move through the day with ease.
Ooh, that one's good.
Yeah, it's about that holistic well-being.
It makes me think about self-care,
Oh, absolutely.
taking care of our physical, our mental, and spiritual needs.
It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving.
Exactly. And I think it's especially important in this phase of life,
Oh, absolutely.
when you might be facing new health challenges or just feeling the effects of getting older.
It's a reminder to listen to our bodies, to nurture our minds, and to connect with something larger than ourselves.
And that sense of connection,
Yeah.
of alignment, it can bring such a sense of peace,
Ease and ease.
even amidst all the ups and downs.
Absolutely.
And I think that leads perfectly into the next affirmation.
It really does. That sense of connection, it can be so grounding. And this next affirmation, I trust in life's unfolding and embrace the day ahead, that really speaks to that trust.
It can be so comforting for anyone, but especially for those who might be feeling anxious about the future or just struggling with those transitions.
Yeah, those transitions that come with this stage of life, they can be tough.
They can be.
It's about letting go, isn't it?
It is letting go of that need to control everything.
Trusting that even if we don't know why things are happening,
There's a reason.
there's a bigger plan. Susan, she writes so beautifully about this in her blog. She talks about a time when she was feeling lost, unsure of what to do next, after she came back from her travels.
Oh yeah, I remember that part.
She was so tempted to force things to make something happen.
I think we've all been there.
Oh, absolutely. But then she started repeating this affirmation.
I trust in life's unfolding.
Yeah, and she said it was like this weight lifted off her shoulders. She realized she didn't have to have all the answers. She could just Trust.
Trust in the process.
Trust in life's unfolding. And I think that can be so freeing.
Especially for women who have spent so much of their lives caring for others,
Right.
making plans, managing households. It's like giving yourself permission to just be.
To see what unfolds naturally. And sometimes what unfolds is even better than anything we could have planned. Now the next affirmation is one that I find so empowering. I carry with me all the wisdom I need for today.
I carry with me all the wisdom I need for today. That speaks volumes, doesn't it, to the strength and resilience that women, in their 60s and beyond possess. It's a good reminder that you've lived a full life.
Yeah.
Face those challenges, you've learned so much, and all that experience is right there with you.
Supporting you every step of the way.
It really is. I love how you put that.
Yeah.
It's about honoring that wisdom,
That comes with age.
that wisdom that's just woven into who you are.
Through years of experience, think about all the lessons you've learned, the triumphs you've celebrated, the heartaches you've overcome. That's powerful.
It really is. I think sometimes we forget that we have this inner reservoir of wisdom. We get so caught up in the day-to-day anxieties, and we forget how far we've come, all that we've been through.
We forget our own strength.
Yeah. So this affirmation, I carry with me all the wisdom I need for today. It's a good reminder.
To tap into that inner knowing. Absolutely. Now, the next affirmation encourages us to stay open to new possibilities. I am open to the lessons and gifts this day holds for me.
I am open to the lessons and gifts this day holds for me. I like that.
It's a beautiful
It
one.
really resonates with me. When I retired, I thought life would slow down,
Yeah.
become more predictable.
Yeah.
But you know what? Each day still holds these little surprises,
Does it?
opportunities for growth and learning, even in my quiet little town in the Midwest.
It's amazing how life continues to surprise us. There's research that shows that maintaining a sense of curiosity and openness to new experiences, it's so important for cognitive health and emotional well-being as we age.
It makes sense.
It really does. It keeps our minds sharp, our spirits vibrant, helps us stay connected to the world.
So it's about finding that extraordinary
Yes.
in the ordinary, isn't it?
In the everyday moments.
Seeing beauty in a walk through your neighborhood, the kindness in a stranger's smile, those simple joys.
Absolutely. And speaking of kindness, the next affirmation focuses on self-care and self-love. Today, I choose to nourish my body, mind, and spirit with love.
Today, I choose to nourish my body, mind, and spirit with love. That is such an important one, especially for women who are used to putting everyone else first.
Yeah. Putting their own needs last.
It's a good reminder to prioritize yourself.
Treat yourself with that same love and care that you so freely extend to others.
Absolutely. And, I think it's important to remember that self-care doesn't have to be complicated.
No, it doesn't.
It can be simple. Enjoying a cup of tea, in your sunroom.
Yeah.
Taking a walk in nature.
Yeah.
Listening to music.
Those little moments.
It's about creating a life that feels good from the inside out.
It really is. And when you feel good on the inside, that peace and joy, it just naturally radiates outwards.
It does. Which brings us to the final two affirmations.
Yeah.
Yes, these last two affirmations really are about embodying those qualities that we want to see in ourselves and in the world. I walk through this day with lightness and joy, and I am a source of calm and kindness for myself and others.
I think they build on each other beautifully, don't they? When we cultivate that lightness and joy within, it just naturally kind of spills over.
Spills over into our interactions with everyone else.
Exactly.
It becomes infectious, right?
It really does. Imagine just walking through your day, smile on your face, spring in your step. You're radiating warmth and kindness to everyone you meet.
It's like creating a ripple effect of positivity.
Exactly. And that ripple, it starts with us, with our inner state. And, I think that's particularly powerful in this phase of life where we have so much to share.
So much wisdom to share.
Think about the impact you can have on your community, on your friends and family, just by approaching each day with that lightness